the power of Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
Good afternoon. I'm First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Reed Yaden, and we want to bring you up to date on a tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service. The tornado warning affects a portion of the viewing area south of the metro, Bullitt County and Spencer County. This tornado warning runs until 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, the severe thunderstorm watch box has been extended till 8 p.m. Let's focus in and see where what we're looking at here. It is for a portion of Bullitt County, which would be east of Mount Washington here, also extending over into the Spencer County area toward Taylorsville as well. This active line of storms has been moving very, very rapidly. Individual cells have been moving in excess, well in excess of 60 miles an hour. And we've been watching these for some time now. I would say in the area around Smithville, High Grove, Crenshaw, those are areas right along Highway 44 there. Need to be aware that that is a tornado warned area there. A lot of the storms have been producing wind gust well in excess of 60, and we saw some 70-mile-per-hour gust as well in portions of Jefferson County. Again, this is a tornado warning. It runs until 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for Bullitt and Spencer County. If you're in either one of those counties, you need to be aware it is a tornado warned situation, radar indicated. I'll ask the newsroom if they will to bring me any information that they get in from by means of telephone or by means of talking with law enforcement or anyone in the Bullitt or Spencer County areas. We've been watching this line of storms all afternoon, and it has been a very active line, and it is now moving on away from the bulk of the metro, but there was some very heavy rain with it within the past hour. But here is the warned area that we're talking about now. It's in Bullitt and Spencer County, right along Highway 44, as I said, near Crenshaw. Let's go over and take a look at the velocity here. And really between Smithville, Crenshaw, High Grove, this area right here is where I would be concerned. And it was a radar indicated tornado. And I have no information from any law enforcement officials in the area. Again, I would ask the newsroom if they get anything in to bring it into me. But this is a situation that has potential also for Spencer County as well, the Taylorsville area. Highway 44 would be the kind of the main thoroughfare that would be covered in this. This is, in some cases, some of the areas out here are not too heavily populated. There's a lot of wooded areas out here as well. But Highway 44 and then Highway 150, of course, Bardstown Road running down out of Mount Washington. A tornado warning now for 2 counties south of the metro. It runs until 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. All part of a very strong fall storm that we've been tracking for several days here. And we were watching it earlier today, move through Illinois, move through Indiana. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings through portions of Indiana earlier. Have no report of damage in yet, but we certainly do have confirmed reports of some very strong wind gusts, well in excess of 60 miles an hour upward towards 70. Move through the metro area. The U of L game delayed out there by lightning as per rules. Some very heavy rain fell, and now we're zeroing in on a tornado warning that is issued for Bullitt and Spencer County based on radar indication. And we can take a look at, we'll go back to precipitation mode here, and you can see how rapidly this is moving away from the area. The individual cells, as I say, we saw several. Jared and I were talking earlier, and several of the cells were moving well in excess of 70 miles an hour in some cases. I would say that the greatest concern at the present time would be in the area here, right along Highway 44 and then 623, just crossing 623. Right here would be just south of Waterford, south of Crenshaw, areas that need to be watched. If you're in these areas in Bullitt County, you need to take cover. Tornado warning that will go for about another 5 minutes at this point for Bullitt and Spencer counties, or at least portions of those counties, and we'll see if the warning is extended. We will return, get you back to the ball game. I know you're very interested in the Ohio State-Illinois game. A lot of Ohio State fans here, but in this situation, the safety of people has to take precedence. We are in halftime in the game, so at this point, you're not missing any activity in the ball game, and we'll return to it as soon as this tornado warning is cleared, which is about another 4 minutes from right now. Folks that live in Bullitt and Spencer counties have, particularly Bullitt County, nothing new to being impacted by tornadoes over the years, and an area that is very well tornado aware, let's put it that way. Here we are moving right along Highway 44 at the junction there of just south of the junction of 623, moving toward Taylorsville. If you're in Taylorsville in Spencer County, you should be aware. Also up in the Yoder area, I would be aware too, and stay on alert and really take cover with this tornado warning in effect for Bullitt and Spencer counties. Has about another 2 or 3 minutes to go. Let me go back to precipitation mode. The rain has been very heavy associated with this line of storms, as we had expected it to be, and they're moving very rapidly, and the cold front is just behind the line. The cold front has passed through Jasper now. Their temperatures dropping, be passing through Washington County very shortly. Temperatures will start to drop and the winds will swing around to the northwest. But right now, we're concentrating on an area that is under a tornado warning. And so far, I have not been provided any additional information concerning any sightings. But right along the highway here, leading into Taylorsville, coming out of Crenshaw, there's the area that I would be very, very concerned about. If you are in Taylorsville, I would be taking cover at the present time. This is a tornado warned area, a little wider view there. That's Highway 44. That's the main drag, the main highway going over out of Bullitt County into Taylorsville. And the strongest part of this signature is just right along that highway and then moving on toward Taylorsville. Probably skew a little bit to the north, perhaps. We're at 5:28 now. The warning runs until 5:30, and we'll see if it's going to be extended or allowed to expire. Again, if you are in Taylorsville, I would take cover and be aware that potentially very severe weather is on your doorstep. These storms, we haven't had a lot of reports of hail out of them. We have had more wind than hail really today. Some very strong winds associated with this line. It was a fairly thin line that formed up and then moved rapidly just ahead of the cold front that really has been occupying our attention here for any number of days now. Here is Highway 44, and the strongest part of the storm now would be just south of Taylorsville, approaching the Taylorsville area. Again, what we need to be doing is, and they've cleared the warning at the present time, it looks like, and I don't see another one being issued at the moment. What we will do is check with law enforcement, and of course, if you have any information, you're welcome to pass it along either on Facebook or by means of our webpage, WHAS11.com. And it looks like the warning at this point is not going to be extended. It'll be allowed to expire. We'll check into it and find out if there were any confirmations. Don't see any additional warnings being issued at this point. And let me give you a wider view before we send you back to the game that's in halftime. The heavier rains now moving into the Taylorsville area, into Spencer County, on down just along Cox's Creek, right along Bardstown Road there, into Bardstown, Nelson County getting some heavy rains. But at the moment, no other warnings in effect. So we'll prepare to return you to the Ohio State-Illinois ball game. We'll be here after the ball game's over. Complete recap of the day's news, and we'll stay on top of the weather. Back to the ball game now. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Reed Yates.
The Age is next week and all.